Right, hi everyone, it's Bob from Greybeard Models. Welcome back to the channel. And for those of you that are new, really thank you. Thanks for joining us. You know the score. If you like it, leave a comment, all that sort of thing. Um, and I hope it's useful for you to watch and see what we're doing. Um, what we're going to do in this video is have a look at this. Um, this happens to be another one that I've got. The one that I'm building is on the bench, but I have a spare one. Um, Stick that up on the shelf out of the way. Right, so yeah, I'll show you the progress that we've made, and I've got some information there from since my last video. I had a question in my last video from a guy called Derek Hayden, and he asked about the mounting of the gearbox on the chassis. So I've done a little bit for him. That's at the end of the video, unfortunately. But I've got, first of all, got to do a catch up where we are, what we're doing, how it's coming together, and yeah, let's get over to the bench. Right, so I've got the sort of camouflage paint scheme on the truck now. There's still details and things to go on, but I've got pretty much a sort of the colour scheme that I want to put on there. I've actually applied it using strips of masking tape and then hand painted it. And the reason that I hand painted it was because I wanted a washy finish, and I found that with a sort of a watered down colour, rather than put it on with an airbrush, which would have given me a sort of a blanket finish, I found putting it on with a brush, and I used this brush here. So I actually had the edges sorted out, and then sort of applied it with this, which gave it a sort of a washy and streaked effect, which is what I wanted. So that's all in place. So I'm just going to move that and show you what else I've been doing, and then I'm going to come back to this. Right, so I've also been working on items of stowage for the back of the truck, and other bits and pieces. So as you can see, there's some German oil cans. There's a German big drum, couple of Lee Enfields, various boxes, ammo boxes, bit of camouflage netting rolled up there, and a couple of tarps there, a couple of rucksacks, one which is the first aid one, and then you've got 3 food containers, and then 6 water bottles, water cans, flimsies, and I've got 5 flimsies there, which are the petrol ones, the sand tracks there, and a shovel. So it actually takes a fair bit of time getting through all of these bits, these items, getting them prepared to go onto the truck. The other thing that I've been working on is, let's stick that in there, and that's the Lewis gun. Been working on that. That's the one that comes as a resin printed part with the kit, and it's quite a nicely molded piece. So I've been working on that and sort of getting that into the right sort of colour. But anyway, so I've been doing that, which takes ages. It takes ages and ages and ages, or it does for me anyway. Anyway, so I want to go back to the truck because there's something I want to show you. Right, so I wanted to go back to the truck. I had a question in my last video on the F30 from a guy called Derek Hayden. Thanks for your question, Derek. And I'll just try and show you the mounting of the gearbox. So the gearbox is here, and it's I can't remember what they call it, but where it's a four-wheel drive, it's that gearbox. The gearbox is mounted across this large cross member in the chassis, and there is in the pictures, in the instructions, there's this like right angle bracket, and one part, don't know if it'll pick this up, but one part is fitted to the wide cross member, and this other part fits to this part of the chassis. I tried to explain it in my answer to your question in the last video, but I thought what I'd do is I'll spin this over and show you this. And as you can see, the drives, there's a short drive from here to the engine. That drives a gearbox, and there's the final drive out to the rear axle up here, and then there's another drive which goes this way to the front axle. So that's where the gearbox sits. So it's quite a sort of weird angle. I'm trying to get it in focus, but yeah, it's a tricky little. The diagram in the instructions isn't that great, but I sort of hope that helps you, Derek. And if you need any more information, just give us a shout, and I'll have a look for you. I have got my email address in the account, so if you want to look up my email address and just email me directly, that's fine. I'm more than happy to answer emails and stuff. But yeah, so that's where we are with the F30. The figures are pretty much done. All the stowage stuff is done. I've got a couple more things to do. I've got to do this cable that runs, or hose that runs from the condenser up to the radiator. Let's get that in shot. Yeah, there's a hose that runs from this condenser here, comes up over this fender and across and goes into the top of the radiator there. Got to get that on. There's a couple more little greebly brackets to go on, and I've got some bits and pieces to touch up. The hose is here for the petrol tanks there and there. I want to repaint those because I'm not quite happy with how they got coloured in with the blue paint. And then I've got to get the two rifles fitted here. Got to get those done. Lots of the kit's really good, but there's lots of little fiddly bits to do. So it's quite a challenge like that. But apart from that, that's where we are with this. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope that helps anyone who's watching this. I actually like the kit. The more it's been tricky, but the more I've got into it, the more I've liked it. However weird that sounds, but yeah. So that's how we are with the F30 at the moment. And yeah, thanks for watching, and look out for the next video very soon. Bye for now.